Well, good evening. We are here with Conchita Wurst from Austria. Conchita, how are you feeling in London?
Oh, I feel so good. It's my first time here and I'm so excited because I heard so many great things about this city and I got no disappointment.
So you were meant to come a couple of months ago, but the weather kept you in Austria. Now, you performed on Friday. How did you feel? What was the energy?
Well, it was so great. As you said, finally I was here and I felt just so welcome and I really, really enjoyed it. I had 2 gigs on Friday night and I enjoyed every second of it.
Great. Now, there's a question that I think everyone's going to ask you, and it's about the image. Like, Conchita Wurst, an artistic expression or gender identity?
For me personally, it's more artistic expression because sometimes people confuse it with being a transgender person, and it's definitely not. You know, I'm a drag artist. I'm not a transgender person. I love being a very lazy boy at home, so don't confuse that. You know, for me, it was just the best way to express my beliefs and my music and my behaving on stage. You know, it was just the best way for me to express myself. And I created the Spirited Lady because I want to show everybody it's not depending on your look if you're successful or not. You can achieve anything if you just believe in yourself and work for it. So yeah.
So now you have achieved a lot so far in representing Austria in Eurovision. Do you think that the image will, in a way, damage the results for you?
I don't know. I don't know. If I'm honest, I don't really care because I just want to give on this stage my very best, and I'm just so happy to be part of this. And you know, for me, the biggest goal for me would be to go off stage and say to myself, well done, because I'm honestly my worst critic ever, and if I did everything I can, then I'm happy with any result.
That is brilliant. Now, your song has very powerful lyrics. Who are these lyrics meant to go for?
I think, first of all, I think everybody can relate on this topic, going through bad times and growing out of it, hopefully as a better person. For me personally, of course, it's a bit like it goes a bit to the people who tried to push me down when I was a teenager, and you know, and yeah, I think for me it's much about being a teenager and this situation, not fitting in, but try to. And now I showed everybody that when you stay true to yourself, you can achieve anything, and that's really what I want to say. Yeah.
So you say, growing up as a teenager, you went through hard times. Now, a lot of men and women all over the world go through similar experiences. What would you say to them?
Well, I think you're totally right. I think everybody can relate on that, and I think you just have to believe that it's getting better, and in the end, everything's perfect. You have to believe that, and you have to, you know, once you get thrown on the floor, you have to stand up again. And that's the main thing. You just grow while, you know, experience good and bad things. So.
But your song talks about forgiveness, not revenge. Is that how you generally behave in life? Is that your motto?
Well, you know, the word revenge, these are very strong words in my song, and I think it just shows in which situations or which moods you go through when you achieve something bad. You know, first you start being sad, then you're angry, and then you forgive, and that's, you know, the process I wanted to show, and I think it's a process everybody has, you know, if it's a breakup or something like that. It's always the same. You start with one, and in the end everything's good, hopefully. But in general, I'm more like a person. I really try to focus on the good things in life. So I forgive very fast and I forget very fast. So yeah, I think that's more like what I feel. I think you need this anger and you need this. You have to scream sometimes to get released. So
Great. Now, you tried before for Austria, you didn't get it. What motivated you to come back?
Because I wanted it so bad. From really, I'm a Eurovision fan as long as I can remember, and I think this over the top and this glamourness about the Eurovision Song Contest just attracted me as far as I can remember, and I really wanted to be part of this game. And so my manager Renee, handed a concept to the Austrian broadcast, and yeah, they took me.
So the last time you had to compete, this time you were selected internally. How did all of that fall in together?
As I said before, Renee handed them in a concept, and after a half year of meeting and having discussions, they decided that I might be a good choice, and yeah, here we are.
Excellent. Now, was the song chosen for you or written for you?
Neither. I had about 100 songs on the table, and actually it was the middle of January, and we had some favorites, and we thought about, well, what's gonna work on Eurovision, which one will be played on radio and all that stuff, you know. And then there came Rise Like a Phoenix, and I listened to the song and I was like, okay, everybody gonna hate me now because we have to start all over again, and we did. I said I want to sing this song because it fits me just like the perfect show, because in the musical way it suits me so well, and the message is just like someone wrote it for me, but actually it was just a song out of many. I'm very lucky to got this one.
Excellent. Now you said just a couple of moments ago that you're very critical. You're the worst critic of yourself. What is your expectation for Eurovision? Are you in this to win, and what happens if you don't?
Well, first of all, expectation is not a word I have in my system, because I think expectations are very dangerous, because you get disappointed very, very, very fast. So I'm more like I dream of, or I believe in. You know, I really dream of giving the very best that I can, and I hope that some people get my emotions, and I really try to keep it just small and simple and do what I love. So I don't know. Of course, we all want to win. You know, we all have this motivation of winning. But if you don't win, there were 120 million people watching you. So I think we already got a great opportunity. So we should be very lucky to be part of this.
So you said that you wish that people can get your emotions. I've seen you perform twice in the last 2 weeks. I was in Amsterdam, I was in London on Friday. You seem to always get really warm reactions from people after you perform. How does that make you feel?
I'm so honored, but you know, I really appreciate that, because I know it's not normal to get this kind of reaction. And for me, it's just overwhelming, because I never achieved such applause like in Amsterdam or last Friday. You know, it's so overwhelming, and it keeps on going, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful.
Amsterdam last week, it was not only applause, but it was a Conchita, Conchita. What do you think is motivating people to react so strongly to you, and so positively strongly?
Well, I don't know, but I hope that they just see that I just do what I love, you know, and speak out my mind, and maybe this is something that people like about me. Maybe, you know, I just say what I think and do what I love, and I live my life however I want it, and I think everybody should feel that way and live that way.
So you say you love what you do, which is great, but what do you do when you're not in the spotlight? What is Conchita outside of the art world?
Well, Conchita is actually not existing outside of the art world, because all the other things is on Tom. You know, he got to do laundry and paying the bills, and well, now I'm singing in the vocal booth, so he's not doing that. But He is managing the real life, and I got the glitter and the.
Isn't that a little bit cheeky that Conchita gets all the fun and Tom gets all the bad parts?
Well, you know, somebody gotta do it.
That's fabulous. So what's Tom's favorite activity then outside of Tom's?
Eating and sleeping.
What do you eat?
Pizza.
How do you keep this fit then?
I don't know.
I think it's a little bit insulting and people are going to start hating you for that.
Yes, I know, and I know it's not very sympathetic to say that, but I quit doing sports 4 years ago because I already look like Madonna in a dress, and I don't really like that. So,
can we just get one last message for all your fans and followers across Europe?
Well, hello everybody. My name is Conchita, and I'm from Austria, and I will represent Austria, obviously, in the Eurovision Song Contest. And I want to thank you for your support, and also, of course, your support, and for your interest and time. And I think the most important thing is that we stick together and fight for our beliefs, because this sounds so cheesy, but we just got one life, so you better make it fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.